Hi everyone, it's Jade from Career Journey Professional based in Sydney, helping you to find and land in that career and lifestyle that suits who you are, your talents, your skills, and your values. Today I want to talk about being assertive at work. It's a topic I myself is very interested in. It's also something that I have benefited over the years. Coming from a culture, obviously Asian culture, a lot of other culture as well, we are taught to be humble, we're taught to be modest, and such culture, which is a good thing, it's a good virtue. However, when you take it into a workplace, especially in a corporate workplace, especially in a corporate workplace like Australia, UK, US, it's probably not the best at helping you to progress further along your way of your career path. So today I want to talk about it. So what is assertiveness to be exact? I have actually checked online. The definition of assertiveness is someone who is assertive, meaning that you behave confidently and is not frightened to say what I want or what I believe. Very simple, right? But my understanding of being assertiveness, which inevitably we have to talk about passive and aggressive. So assertive is definitely my understanding is being confident, being firm, being certain of what you want to say, what your point is, what you want to deliver across, but not being aggressive. What is aggressive? I guess you will know sitting there listening to this. Aggressive, that means you have a hint of dominating, you have a little bit of taking over somebody else's space, their energy, and intruding in a way for the way to deliver your opinion, your image, your impression. That's aggressive, which is not assertive. And what is passive? Passive is, as the name suggests, you're just sitting there, you can't lay back, you're kind of avoiding, and sometimes you're just only responding. When people say something, you agree or you don't agree. That's passive. So assertive sits in between passive and aggressive. You are not intruding, you are not overly dominating, but you're not passive, like just waiting for others to tell you, or you just responding. Instead, you're in the middle. You have your point. You're not gonna become overly aggressive to deliver your point across, but you're firm and you know what you're talking about. You have your reasons. You're certain of what you're saying. That is my attempt to explain what is assertiveness. I hope you have an understanding of it. Maybe search online what that really means. But I'll give you 2 examples of what assertive means in our workplace, in our career. For example, you step into a performance review. Maybe it's a time for your pay rise, right? Exciting! Every year you will get a little bit of or a lot of pay rise. And then for passive people, how would they react? They will be like, maybe they were expecting that they had a good performance, and then they were expecting some pay rise, good lucrative pay rise. However, the manager said, we have limited budget, it's only going to increase for 2 or 3% as everyone else, and you're not happy, and a passive person will be like, oh, okay, that's alright. That would be a passive. And it will be aggressive. Aggressive people will be like, I was expecting a 15% pay rise, or I was expecting a 50% pay rise. And if this is not happening, I'm going to look for a job elsewhere. I'm going to look for opportunities elsewhere. So aggressive people may say something about that person personally, maybe not, but they will step over the line. And what would assertive people say? They will be like, alright, I understand that you, obviously as a manager, you have budget concerns, our department performed in such and such. However, I do think it's time, however, I do think my experiences and my expertise, my contribution has significantly to show that I can obtain that pay rise that I actually have. Example 2 is probably you're in a meeting and then you're talking about some ideas or some proposal. Everyone has their different idea. A passive person will be like, not talking. What else everyone else said, or the dominating person said, they will agree, or they will say something, or maybe they would suggest their idea. And when somebody else come back to them and saying, but that's with a higher cost, they'll be like, oh yeah, you're right. And then they're silent. Aggressive person, of course, will be like, their idea is the best. Listen to me. I'm telling you this and this and this. This is much better than that. Stuff like that. And assertive people will acknowledge what other people are saying. I understand that, I can see that, or it is a great idea of your opinion such and such. What if, instead of postponing it for 6 months, we postpone it for 3 months? What if we do A instead of B? What if, or what about? So they would acknowledge what other people were saying, but still stand their ground, explain their opinions with reasons and examples. That's 2 examples, and hopefully I did illustrate what it actually means. What's the difference being assertive, being aggressive, and being passive. And of course, we want to be more assertive at work, right? We want to sound confident, we want to sound, we know what we're talking about, we want to sound like we are good at what we're doing. So I summarized 3 little tips that hopefully can help you. Of course, being assertive, it's a practice that you need to do it over time. Practice makes perfect, right? So the first thing that I noticed, I myself was doing a lot, and a lot of my clients are doing, is apologizing a lot. Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, I'm sorry I did this. Don't apologize for what you have done. Don't apologize for your job. You were doing a contribution. Yes, maybe you're not like 100% or 120%, but you did something, you contributed, you helped the team, you helped the client, you helped your manager, you solved a problem, you helped people. So don't overly apologize. Every time you apologize, pause and think about it. If you did it, that's alright. Like, just be aware that you're doing it, but don't overly apologize. Really think of it. Do you mean it? Do you really mean to apologize? If not, don't say it. You can say something else. For example, the delivery, the whole team, the delivery was late. You can say, it's late, I'll try to improve it next time. But you don't have to say, I am sorry, it's late. It's not your responsibility. Maybe it's part of yours, but not all yours responsibility. So stop apologizing, number 1. Number 2 is be very clear, be very definite about everything about your boundary, your target, your opinion, your aim, whatever you're trying to explain, say very clearly. And that helps you to stick with it, that helps you to explain to other people. So if you're saying, I would like to get on 30 more new clients, instead of, oh, next quarter I am aiming to get more clients. If you're saying, sitting in the team and telling your manager that I am aiming to get 30 more new clients, key clients or excellent clients who contribute in such and such, you sound much more confident, you sound much more clear as in what you want to do. And further down the track, if you're having more conversation, when somebody come back to you and you can say, well, I understand your point of view, but my aim is to increase my target on my key performance by 30 clients, so I probably will focus on this topic rather than another project, etc, etc. Being clear of what you really want. Of course, you have to think it through. What is it that you really want, and stick with it if you can. And of course, this is at a cost, not at a cost of anyone else. If this is exactly what you want and it's aligned with your team, aligned with your career goal, aligned with what your manager agrees, then stick with it. And the third one is know what you're talking about. If you want to be assertive, if you want to be confident, you need to know what you're talking about. And a lot of the times, to explain what you mean, you need to come up with examples, with facts, with numbers, with results, with what happened before, with logic, with explanations, because that's what's convincing, that's what's going to persuade people, that's what's going to tell people you have actually thought about it, you researched on it, and you have evidence. This is why your opinion is valid, and it's a good point. Okay, that's it, 3 tips. It's again a topic I'm very fascinated about. I may talk about more on this. If you find it useful, if you have questions about it, leave comments, leave a like of our video, subscribe to our channel, and I am always here if you need help with your career, your individual career and lifestyle. Getting into that job that you're really passionate about on a daily basis. Best luck. Bye bye.